So it's not the end of the world. That utility is still going to be doing its job through the round, making it difficult for them to chase through with all that information. First nade goes in, no damage. Astro's going to be sending the flash, bangs in. Unsuccessful jump out coming out from Leon as well, and there's a diffuser going down here, Des.
Souls has come up through the security hatch. Yep, he's inside a sight, and Cyber is the Terminator in this round. Kanto puts him down, but FaZe, what a first round.
Difficult a position as we can. We've seen he's been one of the best players at the tournament so far, but Kanto Raketti manages to find the kill onto him, taking the Finker down and leaving us now in a 3v2 for Rogue.
Ignored inside the fountain there. Kanto takes a couple of shots on his retreat back as well, but comes in on the backside and finds him. Down to that 2v2. We've seen so many of these big clutch situations out of Rogue over the last couple of days, but can they hold on now that they've lost sight?
This is it. Rogue pushed way back into customs. We've got FaZe with support above. That's the big thing. Souls is in a position to cover here. Astro takes time away from putting that diffuser down to get himself a kill
C4.
first, knowing that Deepek's coming. C4 goes out. Wrong location though. Astro still alive, but shut down. That's big from Spoides because that puts the diffuser down on the ground. Souls, he drops down. He does manage to grab it, but it means that Spoit knows exactly where he is. Challenge comes in, and Rogue, they take their first round to tie things up 1-1.
But here come one of them sends gadgets straight across there, just cutting off the doorway. One man from Rogue forced back across him. They must know where the default plant is going down. Yes, they do. A spray through the soft wall finds the man. C4 a bit mistimed afterwards, but it's 2 kills for Souls, who, whilst all this chaos is going on site, has started to clean up. Kanto comes in on the flank and also finds one more.
Big flank from Kanto there, managing to take him down. And the diffuser is put down on the ground again for a second time. This time by
They were going for it just inside of Archive's door. They're out of options. They've got no C4. They've got no cross angle. They're pretty safe in this position. All they need is a bit of cover. Kanto's worked his way back up, and Deepek's found himself one. Goes for the last. It's a quad for Souls, but Deepek clutches up in round 3.
Not really taking too much of the map.
No, it's hard when someone's constantly taking pot shots at you. You don't feel safe stepping in. Souls finds Kanto, at least this time around. His roaming days are over, but Leon is there again to equalize the numbers. You've got Astro down to a slither of HP, and Leon finishes him off as well. The headshot meaning that damage was redundant before Bullet gets a trade back. Souls a second. What a game he's having so far at 7-2.
All up to Deepek now in the 1v2. We've already seen Spoit get one close down. Can Deepek repeat that performance? Bullet is going to be getting the diffuser down, but not before Souls finds the final kill. And we find ourselves 2-2 on border, and absolutely nothing to separate these two. Be careful with that early round aggression that they're trying to bring here, Des. That's a couple of times that we've seen that really early kill coming in for FaZe. It's been sort of 50-50 on the entry, but Kanto, he once again manages to step up, gets one, gets two, crying onto cameraman, leaves us in a 4v2 in a matter of heartbeats.
FaZe's push comes from. At the minute, it's definitely into this double door. Both players stacking up and looking to come in at the same time, but they're going to have to execute this to perfection, and they've got to move soon. One's crowd orching, and they've got no idea who's coming at this point, but there comes a big 2K from Cryin. They knew where one man was, but had no idea that Cryin was sat on the diffuser. You've got Cyber trying to kind of hover around here now, actually. He's sort of just sat inside vents, waiting for someone to come trying to push into him, but FaZe have already charged their way through. Leon shut down one, and it's Souls. What a guy to find! Leon makes it a second before the nade kill at least shuts down Rogue's spree, and Cryin falls.
That Alder just singing in the hands of Leon. Cyber going to take a chunk of damage. He juices himself back up a bit, but the bullets just keep on coming. They catch him as he goes out of the window. Can't get himself back on his feet. There's the kill confirmed. But meanwhile, there's cameraman Bullet managed to get themselves inside a sight and find a couple of kills, leaving us now 2v2. Cameraman putting the diffuser down, and Rogue not really in a position to stop this immediately. They rush to try and do so, but Deepek just having to fight his way back into sight. Bullet finds one, and this is looking good for FaZe as he cuts down the second from the air conditioning window, just cooling down the heater that Rogue had found themselves in the overall battle of HP, but not really getting themselves an advantage in terms of man count. 1 minute 20 left to go. Deepek is going to be fighting on the aircon window, gets shut down at the same time as Cryin gets punished by a run out. Spoit shut down after missing shots once again, and it's now 4v1. Kanto Raketti with it all to do. He's been having a real performance so far in Berlin, really rolling back the years there, but he's going to have to roll them a whole way back if he's going to find this 1v4.
He's not going to be able to find that against Bullet. A very comfortable round for FaZe so far. You'll really start to see the finger coming to her own here as well. Juicing crying up at least a little bit back towards half HP. And it's this massive push coming in from the office side, but Astro brings one back on the other side.
4v4 as we move to the halfway point of this. Rogue need to start using this bit of map control that they're gaining. Kanto, Leon, 2 big shots. A beauty from Leon as he finds Cyber over the top.
Top floor hatch isn't yet open, and now Kanto is looking to move his way down here. Could be a real good backstab threat onto these members of FaZe. What a reverse shot coming out of Leon as Astro took the initial challenge, and there's the classic. Walking into those count-can traps, down goes Leon, but it's still a 2v1.
Rogue should still be able to lock this down. Crying is low health, though. That's definitely something to take note of. They're going to be looking to get themselves that diffuser picked back up, but I think Cameraman is well aware of its presence, so he's just going to be holding a position to try and keep it locked down, but no. Kanto has other ideas. Manages to find the shots into the back of Cameraman, and that's going to lock us up at 4-4.
We're so used to seeing that rotate opened up on 90 here to give the defenders a much safer angle back down to get towards sight. Crying's on the prowl here. Does he know about the one? They have no idea. He's coming in 90. Sees the one at the back, but Cyber gets the reverse.
Great comms from FaZe there just to give the position of Crying. Spot gets taken down by Astro, and FaZe are working really well together here, playing off the back of each other. Potentially going to see Deepek going on the Amaru. Cut down immediately by Souls, leaving us now 4v1. Leon low health, halfway mark. The one thing that he's got going for him is time here, Des, and it really is the only thing, and that gets cut short as well as Astro manages to find the final kill.
It's a bit of a stinger, so now they've got to make do with slightly reduced resources. A couple of bits of chip damage once again coming down onto the members of FaZe, but a C4 coming out onto Spoit. Trades it out with the nade, though, onto another member of the team. So literally playing hot potato there with explosives. It feels like Cyber loses out on the reverse angle to Leon.
Leveling things up now at 3v3, and as I said, time has not really been the issue for Rogue so far. 1 minute 15 left to go, so plenty of it for them to work with. Leon manages to get himself another. That's going to be a good headshot through.
Right-hand wall that we speak about an awful lot just gets you just inside of sight by the bookcases, so you can get a plant down in the far corner. Now, Souls and Astro, they've got a nice cross angle set up, and again, that's the second round in a row. Leon has died to one of those cap-can traps. They've got to learn from this, Tim.
Deepek starts taking damage there, trying to force his way into sight and get something going, but he can't as Astro cuts him down. 2v1 now. Kanto seriously low health, can't take another bullet, can't take another graze. It's going to be a pistol shot from Astro to close him down. 6-4.
East main is their focus. They've got 3 players all trying to push into the top side of the stairs. And Spoit eyeing up an entry into the break room itself. So a very big east side focus coming out from Rogue. Just screams to me they want to come in through office as Spoit. I speak about these long angles on board an awful lot. Tim, it's Cameraman that gets taken down. There's still one sat inside of CC. Cyber's the man dancing around Fountain and 90. And now Crying's moving in from below. Not taken out early. We could see that classic Crying backstab.
Cyber's been playing in this position every single defensive round so far. They should be aware, maybe getting in for those vertical nades, which is where Crying might be going, but Leon, he manages to headshot onto Crying, bringing things back in their direction. 2v4 now, 1v4 as Spoit gets the kill onto Bullet, and the site is Rogues. They can get that diffuser down. That's exactly what Leon is going to do here. These rounds flying by. There's still a minute 15 left on the clock.
Still looking for Cyber as well, and they know where he is. He's taken his initial challenge there. That surprise element is gone. They know that he's buried in towards east stairs here. They've got one nice side angle, but it's Spoit inside a break. A very convincing round from Rogue. Now they do, because Deepek's in him on a drone. Good read and good composure as well to not get excited at a couple of kills. They've still got back on the drones. They're still looking for information, and Kanto's the one going hunting. Crying finds a second. We're 2 kills away from overtime at this point. One man inside a sandwich. The last one left standing. Rogue are sending us through to overtime. Same thing that Rogue did. My only nervousness is it doesn't really feel like they're getting tons of control of the map, and you've still got a roamer or 2 out and about for Rogue here. Bringing down Kanto is a great way to start slowing that down, but I'm keeping my eye on Spoit, who's still playing around the main areas of the map. FaZe have found 2, though. That's the sort of thing they're looking for here. Just 2 left standing, 1 on site, 1 off. Can they get through them, Tim?
A complete flip reverse of the last time that we saw them attack this site, and most importantly, they've got the vertical control. Souls is in there, opening up those vertical vertical angles. They're not too worried about catching defenders here. All they want to do is ensure that they force them away so that they can get into a position to plant Astro. Taking a lot of damage from Crying on the underneath there. Challenges again, gets the kill, but it doesn't matter because Souls has gone in to get into a position to find that trade. Cameraman is going to be able to put the diffuser down. Spike decides to head up to the top floor, try to retake the vertical, which he is able to do, but with the position that he is in, it's going to be difficult for him to use this. The diffuser is down just outside of the window, and that's going to be cut down as he tries to go on the jump out to find one on the rappel. He does find him, but he doesn't get the kill. Cyber again still in his position. He's shown us an ability to play there, but Kanto, as I said, just being able to predict, because it's been done time and time again. Crying Kanto managed to get back-to-back kills.
For a real aggressive push here and gone fast. They've taken their time to get back on drones, get back on information and find out what's going on. Get your flank drone set up and then go for the play. They're in for the plant and they know there's one more man left. He did get a second kill, but Spike finds him. Tim, this time I'll say it, we're going all the way to 15.
Cyber's looking to get aggressive on detention wall, but he's going to be shut down by Spike. There's a second challenge coming though, and that is going to be the trade as Bullet manages to step up. Souls finds Crying at the same time. Rogue have the vertical advantage, but FaZe have never played as if they wanted to defend it, so they are set ready for the onslaught that might come from Rogue. They're actually playing deeper, back in Workshop. They're almost inviting Rogue in, where they then going to challenge the long angles.
Might be a retake here as well. There are 3 players from FaZe off site at this point, and Leon's in and trying to make the plant happen. In comes the Yoko, but will it get there in time? No, it misses it, and they manage to stick the plant. But can they now hold on? 2 inside a bathroom. I'm not sure where the third man's disappeared to, but FaZe are starting to converge.
First kill needs to go to Rogue here. They don't want to find themselves in a 2v4, but FaZe, they are taking their time about this. They get one, but Kanto's there for an immediate trade. 1v3 though, cut down, and that is going to be FaZe able to disable the activated diffuser. They take round 15, they take map 1, border is theirs. Bullet with a bit of a blind spray from underneath to see if he can try and catch Spike, but Spike's not going to be caught out that easily.
Now they know about Leon, who was playing inside a study and instantly drops as well. Might get challenged from elsewhere as Crying hits the deck on main stairs. Leon's coming in for a little bit of support, but has to know that he's coming up against a Finker, and it ain't easy to win those out. Down goes the second at the hands of Bullet, and a plant is going down. Deepet's got to step through and win the fight against Souls, which he does do, and steps in, but can't find the man who's planting. Astro puts him in the ground, and Bullet finds a 4th in the round, it feels, Tim. What a first round from FaZe. And Astro is in position, punching out the shield here, takes away his own vision so he can try and make this plant happen. Shoots out the Nitro as well, and is in a good spot. But here comes the push. He finds 2 as Rogue step in for the retake. Can they hold on? C4 over the top brings him down, and Cameraman and Bullet have got to recover this.
Crying, he goes for the challenge, but he's going to be taken down. Bullet doing the first piece of work that FaZe need, leaving themselves now 2v2. Plenty of time as Bullet manages to find Spike on a beautiful angle, taking his head off. It's all up to Kanto now. 1v2, they know he's coming, Des. This is not going to be pretty, I don't think, as he comes around the corner into the man. Bullet with the final kill as well. Bullet has just rescued that round for FaZe, and making it a little bit more difficult for FaZe to be able to push in or launch any sort of sneak attack. But Cameraman doesn't need to sneak about anything. He's going to take the quick peek instead and hit Spike with a headshot. Souls onto Crying. You picked it up yourself, Des. You said too many times, Rogue get the opener, and then find themselves 4-2 down as FaZe just chip away and take one man at a time. Here comes Kanto on the flank, shut down in bathroom by Souls. 4v1. Deepek manages to get one, but it's likely to be his last. No, manages to find a second. It's 1v2 now. He's got about 15 HP, but there is a chance.
The diffuser's down as well. That's the big one for him. Stepping across here, they hold the angle, but Deepek, Big ET could go huge here. The 1v1, Cameraman stepping out far into the distance to look for a plant, and Deepek should know about it. He's holding tight, knows that this plant is going down, but can he get there in time? Cameraman's going to complete. Big ET finds a huge 4K and give Rogue their first round on Villa.
Absolutely massive from Deepak there.
From them. Cameraman's waiting inside a study here as well, just knows exactly what they want to do in terms of the plan, but need the rest of the team to get into position. Souls has been flirting with whichever player is hanging up on top for the longest time, and now there are only 2 left. Could get stabbed in the back here by, I believe it's Cryan playing up behind him, but it's Cameraman in sight alone. Souls comes through, 1 off towards 90. Cameraman finished off by the smoke, finds a second. Surely we don't see a second big clutch in a row.
Toxic Babe canister comes out, which just takes a bit of damage away from Souls. Every little helps as Deepak shuts him down. And once again, another final kill for Deepak and another round for Rogue. It is now levelled up at 2-2, and Rogue, they desperately need these defensive rounds.
Times we've seen utility followed up by action from the side of FaZe, and Rogue are starting to read into that now. They've lost out more often than not, but they're starting to get back in. If Cryan can get back towards sight here, after getting his second kill, he could juice himself up. But who needs sight? He's down in the basement, a 1v1 against Cyber.
Tells him Cyber's location, but Cyber is the one to blink, decides he's having none of that challenge and drops back.
Oh,
the push into Memorial, but Deepak gets his man. Cameraman manages to get the trade, but now finds himself, effectively, it was a 1v5, it's now a 1v4. He's trying to peek around into sight. They know where he is. They shut him down. 100% certain, but he's safe for now.
He's still got Cryan looking to challenge
for
here.
now.
Sure. For a second, he was about to meet into Bullet, but there's 2 kills elsewhere. They've flooded into sight team. They've killed the site players, and there's no one really left for Rogue. You got Kanto and Cryan both grouping up around red. But Cryan's thinking about maybe a solo push coming through here, but that doesn't mean the plant won't go down. Cryan shut down. It's Kanto, the last one left standing. There's enemies at the gates on all sides at this point. He brings down 1, but has got 4 more to do, and Nade chases him down. And FaZe closed the half up 3-3.
See Spite send a nade into sight, just looking to clear the behind, the back of that mirror position so they can start challenging Master Bedroom. Leon, he finds Souls, 5 versus 3. There's a pre-placed Nitro on the floor though. Cameraman pings it out. He's looking for a shout, but Leon is going to take down Astro. Leon going big here in round 7. Rogue continue fighting, continue pushing their way into sight. Cameraman with the pre-placed Nitro manages to find 1. Cryan shuts him down underneath though. Leon with his third in the round. That's going to be a big round from Leon Gids, and that's going to be Rogue going ahead for 3.
Over towards this 90 corridor. They're thinking about pushing into Souls, as they'll have a great angle to press into.
Hard right of the wall is going to be the problem, as Leon finds out. He gets 1, but no. Cut down in a trade by Spoit, leaving us now effectively 2v2, but Astro gets the kill onto Spoit at the single door. It's all up to Deepak. He can tell them, look, he isn't pushing through single door here, so there's got to be a bit of focus towards maps from FaZe. They know where he is, and you can see them just dropping away, just lengthening the line of engagement here, and just prodding from either side until they get the kill. Just toying with Deepak, keeping him on a string and shutting him down. Maybe in a position to try and take a little bit of ground here, but they need to make sure that they're not ignoring what's behind them. How about that? Cameraman finding the melee kill onto Kanto as he tries to step in, seeing the Nitro toss. He thought it was his opportunity, but he couldn't get the job done.
At that kind of range as well, you're hoping to complete the kill as Leon comes swamping in. They've got the control, steps in for a second. His second 3K in the game. Leon is on fire in this game and is in a spot to make a plant happen. Spoit is holding Memorial, Cryan, overseeing Leon as he gets the plant work done. And Spoit here versus Souls is the big one, and Souls wins it out. Cryan steps in, wins out the trade. It's a 2v1 against Astro.
It's all getting a bit frantic inside a site there. You just felt for a second Cryan and Leon might clash, but the only clash that matters is Leon and Astro in a 1v1. Leon with another triple kill round, bringing it home for Rogue.
Cameraman's dipped away as Spoit comes in. Shotgun in hand could be enough to get this closed down. As Spoit does win that 1 versus 1. And that's the kind of play you're looking for, to open up top red stairs. Now Cyber will be the second challenger on red stairs. You can see his outline on your screen as Kanto steps round. Nade coming through, just about dodges away from a couple of shots coming in there.
He needs to be very, very aware of red stairs here. Bullet manages to pick up Deepak as Spoit forces the player back. Leon onto Bullet with the immediate trade. 3v2, 2v2 as Souls manages to find him. This is just back and forth. These two are just wailing on each other. Kanto just manages to find Souls. Cyber, he's going to take the man down. This is effectively 1v1 until Kanto gets put back on his feet, and that is now Cyber pushing forward, looking to get aggressive. He's got a bit of information ahead of him, but it's not enough. It doesn't matter what he knows, because Kanto knows more. Stay adaptations that the Thunderbird has placed earlier in the round. Rogue just feeling like they might have stalled out a little bit here. They're still not sure of the top floor control. Leon's going to come head-to-head with Cameraman, and he's going to find a bullet in his head as Cameraman manages to take him down with the SMG. A lot of damage done in return, but as I said, there are Thunderbird gadgets on site that Cameraman will be able to use. He's working for a backstab here. I don't think they know that he's inside of sight. That's one. Can he get a second? Cameraman is low health. There could be an opportunity here. It's 2v3.
But the thing is, Tim, the diffuser's down inside. But do they know that it's on the other side of the soft wall? I really doubt they do.
Working together here so they can at least have an impact on each other's fights, but they then separate. They're looking for the pinch. Cyber manages to get one, but there's a big double from Deepak. Surely not again, Des. We've seen this before. It was a 1v3. It's now a 1v1. Deepak, he's looking for his man. He sees him inside.
Trade their respective map picks, and that means Skyscraper is really boiling up to a fever pitch now, Tim.
Repel. Time is ticking down and FaZe have no choice but to start pushing towards site, and I can't help but think that they haven't made an awful lot of progress yet, Des. Cameraman, he's going to put down the light barrier from the Sense, just trying to work his way in. Gon6 as well, clearing utility, but with 19 seconds left to go, it's now or never for FaZe. They're going to have to start making a move. Kills rain in, Spike, Deepak onto Bullet and Cameraman. Cyber manages to get one, but with 8 seconds left to go, this is looking unlikely. The last is inside Karaoke. Astro has diffuser in hand. Is he going to try and stick up on? He has no other option here. They were waiting. They've come back to site, and they're going to win the round. Crying and Kanto close out round one for Rogue. And this double wall is used as not desperation, but you're now in a 3v5. You've got to try and get something going, so we'll go back to the breach. But that is what so often happens. That's 3 for Leon.
Could make it 5 if he carries on here. An ace on your birthday in a grand final would be a dream. He's still got souls on the downstairs. He's crying, denies Leon the chance, but definitely gives Rogue the round. Bullet, 40 HP, has still got so much to do in the last 35 seconds that it's almost impossible.
We've said that a couple of times today. Deepak in a 1v4. Let's not forget that he was able to close out. But, as you say, this is a time to expire. Looks even more difficult. Bullet manages to find the first headshot onto Spoit. 1v4 now. 20 seconds left to go. And he's just not overly chasing this. You feel there's maybe a bit of discussion going on within FaZe as a team as well. Just taking the opportunity until ultimately Bullet is cut down by Kanto. And that is going to be Rogue taking round number 2. And it leaves them 2-0.
Still so much to do, and they've only just got the top floor control.
Only 4 drones remaining, so it does limit them a little bit in terms of information. Bullet just trying to work in secretly for a horizontal push here. Kanto gets souls on the top floor, and that is going to be a big blow to FaZe. Astro with the trade, but Leon absolutely shutting down the knock, saying knock today, thank you, Astro. He's looking to get himself inside of sight now. He's not really much of a choice here with 20 seconds left to go. He's gone for the route 1 option, directing, get the diffuser down, but the challenge is going to come. Crying knows where he is. Surely there. Yeah, nice and easy for Crying and Rogue. That is a full defensive sweep, 3-0, and they can just roll back through those sites again. Inside of Geisha, as they moved in last time, they found themselves challenged from drummed at FaZe, so they just need to be cautious that that's not going to be the case again. Deepak looking to get aggressive potentially onto the breach, doesn't get any joy. Cameraman managing to open things up with a kill onto Crying. Now this is a real commitment from Kanto to the jump out, doesn't manage to find anybody. Leon does, however, and that was all that was needed. It took the attention of Cameraman and leaves them now 4v4.
And clears that attention away from the north side. So everything now is Geisha for the attackers. Rogue know where they're coming from. They can just hold the windows, they can hold it down with smokes, they can stop them from moving through. And this is where FaZe, I fear, have already kind of painted themselves into a corner. It's great adaptation by Rogue to identify the lurk coming in, abandon drum, and turn all their attention towards site itself. But FaZe have stormed in. 3 players step forward before Spoit finds the cross back. They've managed to find a second as well. And with the control established, they can look in for a plant. They've got Deepak set up on the cross here as well, but plant is down. Cyber's sticking it out, but can they find the second? No, it's Deepak left in a 1 versus versus 3.
He only needs one bullet effectively, but it's too late as Cyber secures the plant and gets the final kill. And FaZe finally get themselves around here on Skyscraper. Out of pocket as the Rotero came in, but the Flores is hidden safely around the corner. He's going to be moved once again. Leon manages to get a kill onto Cyber, as he has done so often, able to get a kill at just the perfect time for Rogue. And a second, Leon continues to step up for the EU side.
Tell you what, this interview could be something special. A C4 comes over, but it's a double run out. Deepek gets 2. Cameraman and Astro fall by the wayside, and Souls all that
reception breach as Leon is looking for that final kill. He's just wanting to boost those numbers up as much as he can. He's played fantastically well so far, but it's Deepek who is his partner in crime who finds that final kill.
Coming for the repel when the site execute happens. That's exactly what FaZe did last time around. Now for FaZe, they did clock at about this point previously. Okay, guys, ignore it. Let's get over towards Geisha instead and make that work. Souls managing to find Spoy after that initial kill came through. And E1D rings out as Kanto finds a second in the round. Starting to warm into this one a little bit more.
Rotate underneath and start working his way back to site. At this point, Rogue, they've pretty much given up the top floor. 45 seconds left to go. They don't need to worry about it. They've got the man advantage. They've got the kills as Kanto and Cryin close out the round. And that's 5-1 on the half for Rogue.
Get nades flying in, for example. And right now they're feeling that out, but 60 seconds has passed. And Leon's the first to go down on that Decay B.
Cyber going to kick things off, as I suggested, on the Vigil, making a nuisance of himself. There's mute jammers up there on the top floor along with him. It makes it extremely oppressive for the attackers trying to go in. Cameraman, he manages to find Deepek. And Rogue, they are finding that FaZe are a different beast on the defense of Skyscraper as they are cut down left, right and centre. Kanto, he's the only one remaining inside the site. He's battling as hard as he can, but that is going to be a flawless round for a FaZe to kick off the defense.
Themselves boxed in, to a small triangle. With these 3 players still able to come pushing in, they should know that it's pretty safe to get here, and Leon finds one for free. They're pushing in, they've got the decoy leading in first, but Astro finds Leon anyway. In comes the second man, but does he see the side angle? No, he does not. They're hunting down the last man on site itself, but Bullet is playing below with a C4. He could play spoiler here. Astro finds one, and Spoit is down. Can juice himself back up, I think, surely. No, he cannot. It was on cooldown. FaZe find the close. Through display. Spoit's got the right idea, narrowly misses his head there as he crouches down behind the table. And this Cyber the first one to go down as Leon pinches in with him as well. Souls hits the deck, it's a big 2K start for Rogue. Another 5v3, but can they convert the round? That's the question. Astro saying no to that.
Just going to be moving across, getting himself back into sight. And FaZe just trying to hold on to what they've got here. It's 3 versus 4. They don't want to give up any more control, particularly of the site itself. It could lead to a diffuser going down. Leon, well aware that Astro might go for that jump out, takes down his man. And this could be the round of advantage that Rogue needed, 4v2. They are pushing towards the final 30.
The drones, Tim, is what I've got to see. They're not droning in. They're not taking 10, 15 seconds to figure it out. They've found the one they need. There's just cameraman left standing. He's got 3 smokes in back pocket at this point, Tim. Diffuser recovered. Does he see the man come charging past? This could really sting, but Ryan hits the reverse. They move up to max points and can find themselves going up 2-1 with just one more round. It will be to get one up here inside of the Karaoke Tea hallway. It stops anyone playing across the top. I mean, Cyber's just stepped across and absolutely slammed Cryin, but he's the kind of guy you're looking to control by having an Ossa shield watching all the way down. No one can come up red, for example, without being shot out from behind the shield. Coming up black will be hard as there'll be a flank drone there, but it's about the vertical control. 2 quick kills for FaZe to start things off. Again, not surprised to see this. I do think we'll rotate through a couple of sites before we do see Rogue bounce back in, but they're 2 execute-based operators here. He's hoping to play the vertical angle from above, but I don't know if he'll be able to find it. Astro is in a similar spot. They're relying so much on being able to deny from above that it all comes down to this, and they want to fight them, but they both run into their bullets, and they get shut down.
5 versus 3 as Souls manages to find Leon, and FaZe are fighting back fantastically here, Des. They're keeping themselves mobile around the map. They're making Rogue fight over every single inch, and those fights are being lost right now. Souls continues to hold inside the site. Cameraman finding Cryin, and this is starting to fall apart. They've got every angle covered from inside of sight as FaZe are just locking out round number 11.
It's a really good flank coming out from Cyber as well, dancing around downstairs, but not coming up too soon. Just simply did not give the player playing on red stairs, the chance to be able to react. He's done this all tournament long to several teams. We saw it in the group stage against G2. His flank play is unmatched.
He just stood holding angles. Now then, that's going to be the mirror winner taken out by Leon. That's going to give them potentially a little bit of something, but Cyber takes something back as he finds a headshot on to Spike. But beautiful from Leon, punishing them for opening the mirror window.
Still, what more can they do? Cyber's down to about half HP, but it's camera. Oh, it's three, just fall out of nowhere. We'll go into overtime, Tim, yet again.
Blackstairs have been spotted out. Leon manages to get a second headshot. And a third onto cameraman. Astro shuts him down eventually, but the damage is done.
Now can they win the 4v2, Tim? I keep on stressing about these 4v2s. Spike, unknown, unseen, whips his shots. What is going on? Gets the shotgun blast, sees one more inside a terrace. Cyber's going to try and push his way through. C4 onto the wall, in his steps, but he ends down the shotgun. Spike with a big 2K, Leon a 3, moves rogue up to map point. Lurking around it. Is any of them going to step up? I really want someone to go up the stairs now, please. Let's put this to bed. On the step 4, they've already been cleared out. That is so disappointing. I'm so disappointed.
We had an U building, we had everything, and they were already gone. 3 versus 2 as kills rain in though. Let's not forget that. Spike manages to find souls. 2v2 leveled out. 23 seconds left to go. Crying pushing in towards site. Spike is in support, but once again, FaZe, they've got themselves off in the map. They know that the diffuser's down. Crying is going to be able to just manage to grab a hold of that. He's going to push into site, but the wall is soft, and this is the problem as Astro pushes in. He could do some real damage and does. Gets the only kill he really needs. It forces Crying to put the diffuser down, and that's going to be an easy finish for Bullet as he moves in surely to find the last man. FaZe, they lock it up. They take us to 7-0, and Des, we're going all the way to 15.
We've seen so many man advantages turned around by both teams throughout not just this map, but the entire series. A little bit scattered at this point as Leon drops downstairs and almost gets taken out from the window as well. Cyber being so passive there and just waiting for his man. They get the down onto Leon. It's 2 versus 5 and the plant is going down.
Astro is almost certainly going to stick this one as Kanto tries to move in, gets taken out. 3K for Bullet on the round, and he has been fantastic alongside Cyber and Astro in this map. And FaZe are 30 seconds away from taking map 3. There's the final kill, and FaZe go sky high on Skyscraper and now lead the Berlin Major Grand Final 2 maps to 1. But nearly gets taken down as Bullet is holding the long angle.
It's quite rare that you can be held back in a 1 versus 1 like that as well. Normally you'll see a couple of players on ramp looking to challenge together. Spike, a player that has been very quiet throughout this series, starts out the scoring. Kanto taken down in response though by the side of FaZe, should be juiced back up by Spoit once he gets through that cooldown.
5 versus 3 as Leon manages to find cameraman from above, and things are getting a little bit dicey for FaZe here as another kill comes in onto Souls, who have been chased out of the blue stairs. 5 versus 2, 20 seconds left to go. They need to get in and start getting this diffuser down now, Rogue. It's not time to pause, it's time to kill as Spike manages to find Astro shut down, but Crying with the trade, and that is going to be the round for Rogue. They open up Bank with a successful attack in the basement. Currently, just sort of in no man's land, doesn't have deployable shield, doesn't have any utility to really help him too much in that position once this wall gets opened up, but he doesn't need it, Des. His gun is all the protection he needs as he takes on the peak onto Leon and gets the kill, and a second for Cyber. He will not be moved.
He won't, but Sport
windows, and that limits how many you can play inside the map. In comes the repel from Kanto, gets himself established inside of the map. The next couple of kills could be crucial, and there we go, right on cue. Bullet manages to find a headshot onto Kanto. Deepek with the long angle. Surely he can't do it for a third time. It's not looking likely as the push comes on to the janitor door, but there is a shotgun in hand. It's going to be cameraman on the smoke. It's going to be the final kill for FaZe, and that's going to be 1-1.
Great little double up as well there. One man behind him sat on the long table in long desk.
Off wall in towards the lockers side of site, but also to prevent any flanks, to prevent anybody pushing up and being able to rotate across the top and down blue stairs. They've got themselves established in server, but that is a big loss as Cyber takes down Spite. It frees up the flank for FaZe.
At this point, they've got to find a couple of kills, so they do get rid of Cyber, who's playing inside a garage, but no one's pushing in through there. They've got to step in and try and make a plant work, and Leon's going in deep here, up high actually, right in the bottom corner. Never seen a plant coming in here before, but this could be enough. Nades and guns go crazy as they get their kills, but Leon shut down at the last second. The smoke dissipates, and he's visible. We're down to the last 5 seconds. Astro is dug inside a gold bar. Bullets playing on the upstairs. Where can they make this plant happen? But there's a kill coming in from above. A 1-for-1, but they run out of time, and FaZe hold on.
Absolute perfection there. As you say, cameraman could not even move down the hatch, which was pre-opened and ready to go for him. Spoit just now looking down into sight. They've got that stock control. They're 5 versus 3. Astro is dead as he gets pinched between a rock and a hard place that is Leon and Kanto. 5 versus 2 now as Rogue are racing towards round number 4 being theirs. Deepak, he's looking down. He's got a freebie. Bullet, FaZe are running around with no knowledge of what's ahead of them here. And it's a flawless round to Rogue. Lion of Leon as he tries to push in. Cyber has all the info he needs, but it's Bullet ultimately who finds that kill from above, and that is a little bit sloppy from the side of Rogue.
This is always about that respect piece with an IQ. Do you sacrifice something else and bring the IQ so you can hunt down those cameras that can be an absolute nightmare? But Deepak's in. He's going straight behind CEO and looking for the plant here. There's no angle being held. Cameraman can maybe shoot out from below here and look to do some damage, but he can't find the man. The plant's been stuck. Rogue have the windows, and FaZe, it's panic stations.
There was a nitro from beneath there to try and deny that plant, but it was a little bit late and it was a little bit off target, so it didn't catch anybody. 3 versus 4 now. Rogue have had the opportunity to get themselves out of the windows. This one should be done and dusted, Des, as Crying manages to find Bullet. 4 versus 2 now. Cameraman and Cyber have got an awful lot of work to do. Their teammates will be on the cams. They'll be trying to do everything they can to support them. Souls, you can see, is doing exactly that, but it's 3 versus 1. It's 7 seconds until there is no time left to defuse, and that is going to be Cyber trying to push forward, but it is too late, Des. The headshot will be meaningless onto Kanto as the clock ticks down, and Rogue, they take round 5. Big risk. You can see that they're really trying to avoid that situation. They've taken attention over to the other side, but Astro's ready, Des. He knows that this is a potential for them to come in here. He's ready and waiting. He's got the tools to do the job and does exactly that. 5 versus 4. 10 seconds left to go. Leon is above with diffuser in hand, but he can't possibly drop. He knows that Astro's waiting. He has to do it anyway. He's got himself inside a vault. Surely the time runs out. 3v3, and that is it. Round is over. FaZe Clan win round 6. And the shots come in onto the feet as well. Deepak losing half of his health, and it is becoming a sticky situation, and he gets cut down as he tries to move from one side to the other. Cyber finding the kill perfectly worked as Bullet goes in. FaZe look quite frankly terrifying right now, Des. In round 7, it's 5 versus 1. It's Kanto on a fraction of health as he tries to prevent the hatch drop coming in, but surely his days are numbered.
Souls knows where he is as well. Just going to swing him at this point. There's nothing he can do. FaZe with a solid first attack. Now moving themselves up to 4 and 3 inside.
Souls again just working those angles. He's so far been a little bit quiet. He's going to be kept quiet as it's 0 and 5 for Souls as he's really struggling to get into things here on bank, and that one player could be the difference for FaZe. Here comes the drop down the hatch, and Kanto gets taken out before he can retreat to site. That was great play from Cyber there, just lying prone and taking the fight and taking another. Cyber stepping up and dragging FaZe back into this one.
Just decimates the Spoit versus cameraman now here as well, out towards elevators. I don't know if they're aware. Yes, they absolutely are. He runs in though. Cameraman, maybe not as aware as I thought he was. Sprinted through and Spoit collects a freebie. But
he knows, I think, that Deepak is inside of sight. He's looking to push. He decides to go from the soft wall angle. Absolute beauty. This is a masterclass from Cyber, but he might not get the job done. Spoit uses the sprint to get away, and then the lap is with the feeling. There is absolutely no right for Spoit to find that 1v2.
I mean, in that round, fair question, he doesn't exist anymore, Tim.
One bad round.
I know, that's it.
I feel for Sam.
One bad round, and the UK boys are up in arms. It's Leon finding Astro as well. Rogue feeling much happier and much more comfortable in this round, it feels. You've got Crying ratting it out here in the corner of ATM.
Honestly, he's going to get a kill. He's going to get a kill. I think telling you now.
All right. They know. They know. They know. They know.
Manages to escape. The dog could be cold, just saving cameraman's life, I think, there. But not for long, Des. As Cantro comes in and gets one down from Banana to give about that. And for the time being, they're just taking a little bit of a pause as the drones start going in. 40 seconds left to go. Souls, he knows he can get in. He gets one. Can he find a second? Not yet.
It's about well, so they can turn it around to. They've found a couple more as well. This is it again. Rogue losing that numbers advantage. We've been here so many times this series. Bullet and Souls in a spot to turn around what has been a very unfortunate round that started off with that team kill onto Cyber and Cameraman being dragged into it. But it's trying to find one back. Souls has got 10 seconds. We know how clutch capable he is, but can he hold off against Kanto and Crying? Souls down to a slither of HP. Kanto with the close and Rogue pull ahead.
Have wasted, but just absolutely the focus has been taken away from droning. It's been taken away from everything else going on in the round there to deal with that jump out. But FaZe, they get themselves back on track here as Bullet, he manages to get the kill onto Kanto, he gets the kill onto Leon, and this is the problem with that Finker LMG, it just keeps on singing.
You got Sport and Deepek now holding inside the side, but a nice spray down actually. Gonna be like I think they do it up there actually, whereas a down from Sport and a finish off by Deepek. They've got the one, but there's still two more to come pushing in. And FaZe have got so much time to work with. No more nades on side, but find the kill on towards Sport. Can Big ET clutch out once again? Because the boys need him now more than ever.
Looks like we're going to be potentially going to see 12 rounds as a minimum again here as Deepak, he's once again trying to get something going, but lightning rarely strikes twice, and it already has, Des, so for a third time I'd have to say it's highly unlikely. Deepak, he's got the weapon to do it. The Alder we know is fantastic, but no, the push comes in from three sides at once, and Souls takes him down, and that's round FaZe. We're going to see 12, it's 5-5. Very popular placement, but it gets taken out quickly, and so does Leon as Bullet steps around the corner. He's 10 and 7, he's gone big the last couple of rounds, and it just continues.
Well, look at how things squared up when it was FaZe on the defensive side. They managed to hold Crying at bay for a good couple of minutes inside a garage. But here, Bullets walked in and taken Leon's life without question. Really need some more players to go big, and Crying's the kind of guy you're looking for. Finds one and manages to escape.
Great play from Crying on the Oryx there. Cameraman manages to get himself inside of servers though. I'm hoping that Rogue are aware of this. Kanto does, I think, look like he's peering in that direction. It's not Kanto, it's Deepek. He sprays through the soft wall and Souls. He's going to have to make a move at some point, 35 seconds. He just tries to edge over the threshold there. Can he make this stick? He's trying to bait out utility. I think there's at least 2 nitros on the side of Rogue that he's going to have to deal with. Astro gets run around in circles and Spike manages to find the kill. It's all up to Souls in a 1v4. Out goes the flashbang. He's doing everything he can just to try and get something going, but at the minute, no joy. One of those nitros comes out, but there's 2 more left in pocket that might follow. Crying with the final kill, and Rogue get themselves onto match point on bank.
One inside the building, but they're just covering these longer angles so he can take as much ground as necessary, but Leon finds him, finds 2! Gets one on the rappel, diffuser is down. Cyber has crawled inside, will be able to retrieve the diffuser himself, but they've already dealt such a massive blow. Their trump card, the Monty, is offline.
That is the big thing, taking that shield down is huge. We usually see Monty survive, at least until the end of the round, but Cyber, he's in sight and he's making a nuisance of himself. He's going to take some damage off Crying as well, and we're still 4v3, 50 seconds left to go, but the diffuser needs to be collected. A kill comes in, but Bullet is a trade as he gets the Claymore.
Going out towards Square, maybe they know that Cyber was around Banana, but may well have expected him to move away. They've got the cover as Cameraman comes in as well. The juice pulled out one more time. Rogue find one more down. It's Cyber left standing. Are we going all the way to 5 maps? Tim, it comes down to this now. Cyber, 8 seconds to find 3 kills or get that plant down. It's not going to happen. Spike finds the kill. We're right all the way to Clubhouse, Tim.
What an unbelievable finish we are lined up for here. This game has gone back and forth. FaZe win map 1, Rogue win map 2, FaZe map 3, and now Rogue win Bank, which was our map 4 to take us to Clubhouse. And what a grand final we are witnessing at the Berlin Major. They've got flank drones in place, but they could well find themselves caught out and cut off if they are not careful. Astro getting aggressive, wants to get himself back into construction. This is clever from FaZe. They've almost given up the site, and Rogue, they're happily chasing their way in. Crying's going to go down at that point. Souls, he's the solitary man left downstairs. The drop comes in from Astro to support. He finds Leon. This is effectively 2v2.
Found himself a third in the round and should be able to get this plant stuck here. Cameraman looking for the takedown main stairs. In fact, from above, Deepek can't quite finish it off. No, not there with the cover, and Kanto can step in and go for a replant. But at this point, he'll get closed out by one of these last two players. Souls working his way through slowly. Not quite got the vertical angle, but the horizontal is there. Rogue taking a bit too much time, and FaZe close out round one. His head, but it looked like it might do for a couple of seconds.
Just trying to work the vertical at the same time. 35 seconds. Normally we'd be saying it's time to start pushing, but it's not the end of the world here on Church and Arsenal. There's plenty of time, but Bullet Cyber, they managed to do some big work for FaZe. Here comes Crying, but doesn't know about Souls hiding behind the generator. And that now leaves us in a 1v4 for Deepek. 20 seconds left to go. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the position, really, to be able to find these kills. He almost gets one into corridor, but that is going to be just about all he gets offered, because FaZe know where he is now. They don't need to keep peeking this. They choose to, though. They peek together and they find the final kill.
Site itself to be able to challenge into the areas where Rogue are feeling an attack should come from.
Nade comes up from Spoit. It is going to take a little bit of damage onto Souls, but not enough. Deepek manages to find a kill onto Bullet, but Astro is there to take down Spoit. That's the thinker gone, and potentially a second nade that was in pocket. I'm not sure if he'd released it or not, but Deepek, he steps up. He's having a huge day in this grand final for Rogue, and that brings us back to 4v3, 4v2, as Leon manages to find Souls, and Rogue get themselves rolling here on Clubhouse.
They have sight, but no diffuser, and Cameraman's worked his way around the smoke. He could land a massive 2k here if they're not careful. This could really, really sting. I think Crying knows that he's inside of sight. Leon starting to drone his way through as well. Wants one to come up red stairs, I imagine, to give a bit of support. Surely, boys, you don't give away a 4v2. They find one, but it turns out to be a trade. Astro on red stairs. Leon has made the cross, and Crying finds the close. Rogue get themselves started on Clubhouse.
This reduced Cameraman's ability to stop that final push coming through. He's actually used the third earlier in the round as well, so zero utility left there. And there's an attempted run out, but Kanto knows it's coming, and he shuts down Cyber.
That's a good start for Rogue. Again, a good round advantage. I'll keep on saying it till I'm blue in the face, so they've got to close.
What a shot!
Finding Astro is definitely a way to do that. Cameraman and Bullet left alive, but they clutched up with two players remaining last time around. Surely they don't lose this one. Cameraman falls down, and Bullet's the last left alive. He's got the vertical angle. Surely he can't play spoiler with just 20 seconds left on the clock. That plant will get finished off, and now Rogue have got the post plant.
This is far too much for Bullet to do now. He only has to work his way back downstairs and start finding kills. That's his only hope at this point. The challenge comes in on the top floor. It's Kanto to close him down, and that's going to be a flawless round to Rogue to tie us up 2-2. 15 to 20 seconds. The first two gunfights are going to be particularly important. If they go in the direction of Rogue, you can forget about the rest of the round. Kanto, he takes down Cameraman, one of the full health operators. That's about as good as it gets for Rogue, as Crying finds Astro, and the push continues.
They're trying to go for the plant now as well. Cyber's trying to get a flank on with Soul stepping across. He might get an angle on towards Deepek here, but he's the last one left standing. Spike gets the two, and Rogue are up 3-2.
Need to get kills, need to clear them out, but they're going to be doing a lot of that work practically blindfold.
They can't stop. It's constant. Rogue on a fast push in here, but Crying put in the dirt by Cyber pretty much immediately now. Spoit is the one looking off towards a challenge, comes on for one, finds second as well with Deepek. They have dispatched the roamers that were sat inside a lounge. Breach of back pocket, at least for now, stepped away temporarily. They want to make sure this next one absolutely connects and then get away with it. Souls not in a position to be able to challenge that hatch either, so if they really do want Kitchen Hatch, it's theirs for the taking. Bullet almost going down, but there we go.
Perfect play from Rogue as they just bait Bullet into that challenge. Headshot from Deepek, and this is falling apart quickly for FaZe as Kanto cleans out the rest of the round, and that is going to be Rogue with a 4-2 advantage at the half.
Yet is that big answer I'm looking for, Tim, or the big word in that sentence. Leon taking a bit of chip damage from Bullet as he comes forcing his way up, but he's dropped down there. Down inside the blue as well and finished off. Leon is Spoit find two. Soul steps in there and gets one back. Cameraman a second into the 3 versus 3. Astro charges his way inside of sight here as Cameraman finds yet another. It's down to Leon and Crying to hold on.
Astro's getting the diffuser down. This is about to get even more difficulty. Turn that difficulty level up to max as Souls gets the kill onto Leon. And now it's a 1 versus 3 for Crying with the diffuser down. 32 seconds to make something happen. Can't find his shots, and Cameraman shuts him down on the main stairs. And they've at least got access to site here. Astro's just going to be feeding information in, not likely to overextend himself just yet, I don't think. Spoit is down, and that is not a good start. I don't think he's got a salvation station near him. It's not going to matter as Cameraman goes in and finishes him off, but Kanto fights back, trade for trade here, as we find ourselves now in a 4v2 after the kill comes in from Souls. It's not looking good for Rogue Des, as FaZe are just hitting the accelerator right now. Deepek trying to hold on, but shut down in the corner of Master Bedroom. It's a good night from FaZe, and they level things up 4-4.
There's different sides of the map in their control, and through they go. They're inside the side. Cyber's down to a slither. C4 comes through, but not going to be able to find anyone. LMGs rattle away, but Deepek off to from deep side finds one.
Important kill once again from Deepek. He's had so many tonight, and that will be another, and another. 1, 2, 3, as easy as ABC for Deepek, as he down to fourth, and their kill comes in from Kanto. It's 3 versus 1 now for Rogue. 1 minute left to go, as Cameraman, he's got an awful lot of work ahead of him here. He's 1 versus 3 and just trying to find anything at the minute on the Dokkaebi. Doesn't really have the weapon for it with the marksman rifle. A lower rate of fire, and he tries to challenge, but shut down by Deepek, who had a huge round. He's in his drone, so might not know immediately. He needs to have that information fed in because he's a sitting duck right now.
I think they're doing exactly the same thing that Rogue did to them, which is to split the map in half a bit and try and find some freebies. They've found one. Deepek is sat in the wrong place on cams and gets picked up for free in construction. It's all falling apart for Rogue here in round 10. They've already lost 3. Bullet is down on the deck, but can get juiced
up to the top of Garage, expecting to be challenged, and just doesn't see it. The drop comes in. Astro somehow wins out against Kanto Raketti, leaving Spoit as the last man alive. 1 versus 5. It's been a fantastic stage for him, ending in an awesome major performance, but his team need him desperately now. He manages to down 1, but this is difficulty on Max as Souls finds the final kill, and that takes us to 5-5, and we're going to get all 12 rounds of regulation. Try and keep holding on and keep challenging into construction.
They want that construction hatch so bad. Down goes Souls, who was outside on drones himself. But between the two of them, there's 3 drones from the attackers set up inside of construction. They will see every movement that you make, and that is the danger. But Kanto gets one back onto Bullet. Surely FaZe don't let this one slip. They were looking so good.
Astro, he's going to put out the smoke canisters there. The shields are down. The plant is potentially going to be attempted. The utility is in place.
Top floor.
But Rogue have an opportunity to deny it.
They've got a yokai on the stage as well in the middle of all the smoke. They see absolutely everything. It gets shot out, but they can retake top floor at this point, Tim. They go for the spray through the ceiling. Cameraman takes some damage. The vertical control! The angel of death that is Kanto finds Cameraman, and Cyber is left in a 1v3. There's no time left for him to win this one out. Rogue are going to be a single round away from being able to win the major.
With the DMR, Arune just waiting for the moment. If the feet come across, you know that Spoit is going to take the shots.
Last time they came down here, Deepek picked up his 4K. Cameraman steps in through the cover of a smoke and has got his way down long. They're on the step through. It's a 1-for-1. Deepek's down to a slither of HP, finished off. It's Spoit that stands between FaZe and a chance to stay in this game. They've got the angle held. The plan is going down. Astro on a slither of HP. Spoit comes through, but finished off. We're going through to overtime, Tim.
It's
a beautiful man to find as well. Cyber, again, has been an absolute demon throughout the series. Astro's coming in for Crying. Does Crying know about it coming up behind him?
He does.
I'm not sure he does. Yes, he does. It's 2 kills going the way of Rogue. They're in a 5 versus 2, Tim, and this is going to crack. These mirrors is proven to be a nightmare. A great flick onto Kanto, but 4 more to find inside 60 seconds.
And the thing is, Rogue, they're just going to play this deep. You can see it happening already. Sitting off to the right, using the mirror window, just looking for that information. They knew that another grenade was going to come in to try and clear out any defenders behind it. Breaks it, so they can't use that anymore. But there's nowhere else for Bullet to go, realistically. He just needs to keep challenging. Can he find the man inside of Moto? Rogue, you don't need to be peeking. Spoit, he gets down now. 3 versus 1, effectively. 30 seconds left to go. There is time for Bullet here, potentially, but he needs to get moving, finds that kill, finishes it off. But Rogue, they are just going to sit and hold their line.
It's what they can do here. He's got to come in through a single doorway. I mean, he's a sledge. You can smash something else out, but the single door will most likely be where he goes. They'll hear him otherwise. They haven't got to go for big swings here, but they put him down to about 40 HP. They can try and look for the last, but there's no way he can close this round out. 1 more bullet is enough to put Bullet in the grave. Rogue, 1 more round away once again.
What was going on? Rogue didn't really recognise that they were being pinched out on either side, and Soul's just keeping his position under wraps enough. There goes Bullet onto Crying, there goes Cameraman and Astro, this, it looks like we are going to have one more as FaZe have fought back fantastically on the defence. Here goes Deepak, maybe one more time, maybe, just maybe, he can keep the dream alive.
This will be something miraculous if he can pull off a 1 versus 5. FaZe have crushed Rogue in this round, but he's got 45 seconds with which to play. Does not have the diffuser. That is down inside of construction, so he's got to find his kills. At the minute, they are all very isolated. He looks it towards bathroom, but Astro finds him. Tim, we're going all the way. The very last round. We joked about this at the start of the series. Yeah, here we are.
Predicted is just out there cycling those cams, trying to feed the information, trying to get that last glimpse that is going to help Rogue over the line.
Surely not that Yokai being the big disruptor here in the last 30. FaZe dropping down, converging on the ground floor. Kitchen hallway is theirs as a Yokai blast comes out. Spoit thought about a swing but changed his mind at the last second. And Astro expects on the downstairs. Last 15, it's literally now or never. Spoit finds 1, 2 left standing. The plan's got to get stuck. They find the down as well. Yesterday they took the crown from LA. Today they take the kingdom from Latam. You on your body, major champions.
The war of performance from Rogue that we have just seen. The battle that they have been through to win that. And let's in this moment not forget FaZe, who have played their part here in Berlin. That came right down to the wire. It doesn't come closer. A Yokai stun to win the championship for Rogue, your EU winners at the Berlin Major.
Get in position. Ladies and gentlemen,